What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the counters for the Regirock in Pokemon Go. So you know what time it is. Welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below which of the three Regi trios is your favorite shiny that is out so far. Is it Regirock, Regice, or Registeel? So let me know in the comments below. We're going to get into the part 2. So this is going to be the Regirock counters. So I've already done an excellent throw tutorial for the Regirock. So if you want to start getting prepped, you can definitely check it out up here, or you can wait until the end. I will put it up there as well. So like I said, you're going to need 6 counters. Number 1 is basically going to be the heavy duty, basically going to be the best overall counters, and if you want to just utilize it. The number 2 is going to be the slightly questionable, because all of these Pokemon get some moves that are going to deal one of the top counters basically irrelevant, because it's going to be effective against it. So we're going to have 2 per Pokemon. We already saw the Regice. Now we're going to look at the Regirock, and then we're going to do the Registeel last, and now we're going to get into it. So Regirock is going to be a rock type Pokemon. Big surprise there. And it's also a pretty tanky Pokemon, so we're going to need a minimum of 4, preferably 6+ players to take down the Regirock in Pokemon Go. It's going to have the same 100% IVs as the Regice, but it's going to be boosted in partly cloudy weather. It's going to be 1784 for the level 20, and then boosted, like I said, partly cloudy. Level 25 is going to be 2230. So it's pretty easy to remember 2 of them, because it's basically like remembering 1. 1784, 2230, 100% IVs, and obviously depending on where you're at, you might not get one of the boosts. Like if it's not snowing in your area, like it's not right here yet, not that it couldn't, but at the current moment I don't foresee that it's going to snow. So we're in the partly cloudy. Now we're going to look at the counter. So Regirock, being a rock type Pokemon, is going to be weak to fighting, ground, water, grass, and steel. So some of the counters are actually going to be looking pretty similar. So the number 1 overall attacker is going to be Metagross with the Bullet Punch and the Meteor Mash. Like I said before, it always has to be the community movesets, because it literally makes it 3 times stronger than the other moveset. So the second most powerful attacker is going to be the Kyogre, which I'm going to put an asterisk, and we will cover it at the end because of the moveset differential, right? Kyogre is going to be the Waterfall and the Hydro Pump combination, which is very effective, very powerful against rock Pokemon. And then surprise, surprise, we have the Machamp with the Counter Dynamic Punch again, is going to be a great option. Those are going to make up the premium attackers against the Regirock. So now we're going to check out some of the other attackers that are going to pave some decent way as well. Remember, we can do the Dialga with the Metal Claw, Iron Head, and we can also utilize the Excadrill with the Metal Claw in the Drill Run combination. We can do the Swampert with the Water Gun and the Hydro Cannon. We can do the Roserade with the Razor Leaf and the Grass Knot. We can also do the Feraligatr with the Waterfall and the Hydro Cannon Community Day movesets. We can do the Breloom with the Counter Grass Knot. We can do the Venusaur with the Vine Whip Frenzy Plant. We can do Groudon with the Mudshot Solar Beam. We can do the Hariyama with the Counter Dynamic Punch, and then we can do the Palkia with the Dragon Breath Hydro Pump combination. And if you guys want to pause here and check out some of the other counters, you can definitely do so. I'm not going to cover them too in depth, because like I said, as always, I like to stay towards the top, do the most damage to get me the most balls and help the team take it down the fastest. Now we are going to check out what the weather conditions are that are going to affect the Regirock, and then also I'm going to give you my ideal parties that I'm going to set up to make sure we can succeed in all weather conditions. So first of all, we want to know what the movesets are. We're going to have Rock Throw, Rock Smash as the quick moves, and then for the charge moves, we can get Stone Edge, we can get Focus Blast, and we can get Zap Cannon. And all 3 of those charge moves are all 1-bar moves, but they do a really good amount of damage, and a couple of those are going to make some of the Pokemon that we have as counters negligent, because the water Pokemon are going to be weak to electric, right? So if it's going to be boosted in the rain for the water Pokemon, and if he has Zap Cannon, it's going to make it very effective. It's going to KO all of your Kyogres that you go ahead and put in there. Even if you choose to put like a Vaporeon in there, which isn't the best, but you can utilize it, it's going to KO it immediately, right? So that is not going to be the best utilization. So you're basically going to have to look out to the parties. Is it going to put some of your water Pokemon in there? If it does, then it probably doesn't have Zap Cannon, but if it doesn't, then it probably has Zap Cannon. So let's check out how I would set my parties up, ideally to make sure you guys have this. Once again, I'm going to use 2 Machamps, right, as the first 2, because they don't take any type of effective damage to any of the moves, right? It's neutral, and it's going to be the best overall counter, maybe not the strongest, right? So 2 Machamps up front, and then I'm going to put in my Kyogre right after that. All my Kyogres are going to go in after that because they're going to do a tremendous amount of damage if it doesn't have Zap Cannon. If it does have Zap Cannon, right, I'm going to go through and utilize my first 2 Machamps as we did with the Regice, right? So then we're going to do that, and then I'm going to back out and I'm going to have my second party. This party can be a revolving party for both the Regice and the Regirock. Is going to be all fighting type Pokemon, so my Machamps and my Hariyamas. Machamps up front, and then Hariyamas after that, and any of the other fighting type Pokemon that you may have, including the Breloom or anything like that. That's going to be my second party, so then I can pop back in if it has Zap Cannon, and I can make sure to utilize that to the best of the advantage. So let's check out the weather conditions and how it's going to affect some of these Pokemon. So thinking about it, from the sunny weather is going to boost the grass and the ground type Pokemon. So anybody that you're going to use, including the Groudon, is going to be increased in damage, right? It's not going to do any type of increased damage. Partly Cloudy is going to boost both of the rock moves for the Regirock. So you have to look out for the rock moves coming in hot with the boosted. It's not going to do any type of really effective damage to most of the Pokemon, but it's going to make it stronger, and it's going to boost it to level 25. So that's with the 100% IV, 2230. As far as the cloudy weather, that's going to boost all the fighting type Pokemon. So this would be a time, if it's cloudy weather out, I wouldn't even waste your time in any of the other types. I would just go straight for your cloudy party, all Machamps or all Machamps and Hariyamas or whatever combination you have set up. But it's also going to boost both of the Rock Smash and the Focus Blast of that Pokemon. So it's going to make it a little bit stronger. The last one we're going to have to look out for is the rainy weather. If it is not going to have Zap Cannon, it's highly advisable to use your Kyogres because it's going to be very strong in the rain. However, if the Regirock does have Zap Cannon, it's going to be boosted, so it's going to KO all the Kyogres. It might even KO some of your other Pokemon, honestly, because it's a very strong move. So I've already done an excellent throw tutorial for the Regirock, so if you want to start getting prepped, and now we're going to get into it.
So the first step, as always, is going to be set the ball. So as you notice here, I am prolonging it, but during the attack, it freezes. Right? So when he attacks at you, it's going to freeze. So what we want to do here is get the circle to where it's comfortable with. Right here is going to be the edge of the great throw. And then a little bit smaller is going to be the edge of the excellent throw. So there's a slight difference there. If you need to rewatch that, do so. And then we are going to wait until he attacks and release. And so that was my first throw ever at this guy. And I did not have the attack down. Okay, so here goes my second throw. And here is my release point right off the bat. So it's up in the corner, similar to all the other ones. The throw animation for his attack is a little different than the other ones, but it does do the same exact thing. So if you notice right there, that is going to hit an excellent throw. And so this is actually my first one that I have done. So I'm going to break down this one a couple more times for you guys. Ultra slow-mo. So here's the bottom of the throw. And then here's the top of the circle. And in between, this is where I throw it, and then boom, right there in the corner middle of the screen is where I release it. So if you imagine the screen was a bullseye, it would be right in the right quadrant of the middle of the circle. So that's where it's going to be. And then we go ahead and go down and then up, release it each and every time in the same exact location, and you are going to hit an excellent throw every single time once you get there. So if you don't feel comfortable with excellence, start with a great circle and just aim for excellence. Aim for the middle and start with a great. That's a great way to do it. And the key you have to notice here is that you need to wait until he attacks to pick the ball up. If you touch the ball before he attacks, it is going to make the circle go in a very different direction, and you're going to have to reset the circle, and the circle's not going to stay. Because if you notice, every time I touch the ball, he's in the middle of his attack. So the middle of the attack is exactly where you need to pick the ball up, and then you need to spin it and throw it before he finishes. And the attack is when he puts his arm forward, fully extended. That's just about when you're releasing the ball. And it feels a little weird just because look where he's at. The circle's not there. His body shifted, but you still just need to aim for the center of the screen. So if you look here, the difference between slightly throwing it a little too high and then slightly throwing it normal is going to get you that difference where I land the ball a little bit too high compared to what this one was. So this is the excellent throw on the Regirock. Here we go again. Big excellent throw. So if you notice, I'm very consistent in how I do this. I continually throw in the same exact location to make sure to hit this guy in the same exact location. which is really the reason why I then get these guys.
So that's gonna do it, guys. Make sure to get out there, search for that shiny, know the 100% IVs are pretty easy for the Regirock and the Regice, and then be out there, have your party set up, and take full advantage of this event. So I wanted to thank you guys for being here, tuning in, being a part of the Trainer Club, all my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.